My beautiful souls, welcome into your daily read. We're going to talk about Friday or thereabout. So I decided to keep this simple and jump right into the Gilded Tarot Royale and see what the day has in store for us. Let's do an initial shuffle. What do we have to begin, Spirit, for Friday? Okay, the Hierophant. I'm hearing what's changing. They're asking you to ask yourself in a very simplistic manner, getting straight to the point, what's changing about your reality at this time? Is it how you're changing? Of course, it can be more than one thing, but there's going to be a focus on one particular change either way. Is it more so change in your external reality? Of course, that can reflect upon what's changing within you all the meanwhile, but I feel like you're being pushed to remember or recognize for the first time certain adjustments, even if it stemmed from a sense of lack or, being without in one way, shape, or form, if not multiple ways. Any sense of change that came to be recently was purposeful. All right, any change that was stemming from any sense of lack or any little bit of negativity something you could perceive as negative, that was purposeful as well. I do feel like there's a focus on energy, spirituality, astrology potentially. I do feel like things are going to feel at least a little bit magical throughout this day, at certain points or in certain ways. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a day where, for whatever reason or reasons, you are glowing. And Spirit is saying you deserve to feel this way, you deserve to be perceived this way, and your energy is magical in of itself. Love it. But the Seven of Cups at the bottom, as well as the Four of Wands, because it feels as if you're thinking about all the possibilities, all that you still have to accomplish, all of the steps that still need to be taken moving forward in order for things to more so or fully fall into place for you. But I do feel like there is blossoming taking place throughout this day. But why do you feel a lack of satisfaction with the progress that is coming to be because it's not enough, or you definitely foresee or expect more for whatever it is for you or for yourself in general? But I do feel as if this is a productive day where balance is everything. If you look at my ring, the yin and yang, I feel like balance within and balance outside of you is going to be essential. And when you feel like that balance is starting to, they're saying, exit your life, your existence, in one way, shape, or form, then it's up to you to utilize what you've gained over time, your wisdom, your experience, to bring that balance somehow back into your situation, your reality once again, because it's going to make the world of a difference. I wouldn't be surprised as well if, even though, again, it's a bit of, if not a full magical day for you individually, there are going to be moments when you space out a bit, right? You could find yourself daydreaming, or just Spirit pushes you to space out because you need to take a hot second, or you were focusing on something irrelevant or unhealthy, or it could have went somewhere negative. But I feel like you're thinking about a passion in the beginning that's going to make you very happy and have more than one reason to celebrate. Interesting. Ooh, for some of which that's a connection, but I do feel like either way there's a connection that's leaving you with a reason to celebrate. Doesn't have to, of course, be anywhere close to romantic. Could be a friend, somebody who's helping you with an opportunity. But I do sense that there's one point throughout the day where you're going to feel a little bit out of place. As I'm drawn to the fish, I got sort of a message of fish out of water. And this will teach you something of importance. But I do feel like, once again, you are glowing. You're going to be thinking about a friend as well. And why is it that you are hesitating to reach out to this individual? Because there's something they need to go through on their own. And then once they're able to surpass that part of their path, they're going to be in a better spot, a more ideal place individually to connect with you in the right way. And I feel like all the meanwhile, it could benefit you to have that little bit of extra space, or that space in general, between now and then. Anyways, to continue for Friday, it was very uncomfortable, but the Six of Pentacles, they're saying not all abundance that flows in for you throughout this day and in general, they're saying a good life lesson is going to be 100% or at all comfortable. And so I do remind you to keep pushing forward and be grateful for the abundance either way. And sometimes when you're experiencing a sense of lack, I don't know why this keeps coming up. At times when you do experience a sense of lack, it leaves you with more appreciation for the abundance that does flow in soon or at a certain point after that. And even the appreciation coming to be will take a focus for past abundance. There's also a focus on some of which, John, to the reading, having to at a certain point recently, or maybe expecting to have to take a step back or a couple steps back in order to propel forward, in order to gain more, to achieve more, or to see things change in your favor, right? I do sense that all the meanwhile, okay, that could be financial, that could be career-wise, it could be, another type of commitment, like a connection or something of the sort. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, the number 3 is very significant for this day, and you're feeling a little bit peaceful, not fully, but I do sense that whether it's over caffeinating, energy, spirituality, all the things that could affect you in a less peaceful direction, that could be affecting you, right? So just know yourself best and steer clear or minimalize what could strip away that peace from your life, because you deserve to feel that peace 1000%. I also feel like there's a moment throughout the day where you're going to speak your truth, and it could come out a little bit harsh in the perspective of somebody else, if not multiple other people. It could just be more so you speaking very passionately in that moment. They're saying, or those moments for a select few where that passion makes a difference and may even leave somebody, if not multiple other people, with a sense of hope in their heart and soul. Love it. But I feel like you're being reminded that you're in the driver's seat, because at times, whether you're heavily spiritually connected, or changes have been coming to be, recently or in general, or one in particular that felt out of your control or not fully within your control, it feels like all the meanwhile you need this core reminder that you're in the driver's seat. And as they show me the steering wheel, if you will, for a ship, they're saying steer your ship towards more abundance, towards more peace, and more of what you want, because this is your path. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, you can't help but think about certain past confrontation or past competition. I do feel like past intertwining is what I just heard. But this is the past. And so you may also be remembering a situation that came to an end that entailed some or all of the energy we were just speaking upon with the Five of Wands. So it reminds you that, again, change is a must. So don't hold on too tight to what feels inevitably slipping away. Interesting. But the Magician, I do feel like you're going to be manifesting throughout this day, and you may be manifesting at times or in one particular way when you don't see evidence of that. It reminds me of me being a very efficient manifester at this point along my path, but Spirit reminds me quite often that you can manifest quite efficiently. You can fine tune and allow for or push for that skill set to grow over time, and see things come to be. But it's going to be in divine timing, right? I've manifested things and then it comes to be even a year later, or maybe 2 years down the line, or maybe going, in a more shorter term sort of example, a month or two down the line, right? So, but it doesn't mean you can't manifest and see things, instantly, or quite instantly, but keep that in mind. I sense that, again, this is a very magical day, and you're going to find that this is a very significant turning point, or the continuation of which for you individually. And I do sense that social media is going to be relevant for some, even if you're just thinking about it, or somebody else is utilizing it. I do feel like there's going to be a lot coming towards you once again about change, endings, new beginnings. Messages from Spirit. There's one specific dream for somebody that you're going to need to pay attention to. So write it down, because I feel like if that's a message for you, you have a lot going on mentally, awareness-wise, and the day or after that nap, it will just get busier. So just write it down. Anyways, very random reading. 956. Look up that angel number meaning. 956. Did you see how that plopped out from the middle of the deck and went right back on the top? The strength card. We're prioritizing your strength and courage at this time to make sure that you have what it takes within. That kind of came out wrong. So that you are more so prepared for a specific situation or a specific change, switch up of some sort lying ahead that you don't fully or at all see coming for you, but spirit more definitely sees very, very clearly. But I do feel the need to mention that we have three major arcana. Again, a big shift, a big turn in the right direction for you. Now, when you feel for whatever reason at a certain point throughout this day that things are just going to work out for you, you may connect that back to a time when you felt a similar feeling. And it may also remind you, for a select few, that was a worse time for you, whether it was more so where you were living, where you're working, who you were connected to, maybe a sense of lack. It could have been, of course, more than one thing. But I do feel like things, at least after a certain point or, down the line, did work out for you more so. And so therefore, Spirit's pushing you to wholeheartedly trust that. They're saying it's your intuition. It is your strong, bold intuition guiding you towards less worry, less stress, because again, you're manifesting. Sorry, that was a bit abrupt, but it feels like Spirit's trying to ingrain this into your brain, nail it in to the point where you do not ever overlook or discard your intuition, especially when it comes to changes and choices on the horizon. Having a very, very important path being drawn to this reading. Let's pull one more and wrap this up. The Three of Wands. Yeah, it's a day of looking towards the future of your path and the future of changes. And Spirit also says that you have what it takes because you're a true, strong, bold, courageous individual who is magical and has the ability to manifest what they want and what they need. Beautiful. So I truly hope this was helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time.